All right, guys, we're starting a new unit. This unit is living in families today. So it's unit 4, and I'll take you to lesson 1.
Guys, welcome back to Unit 4, Living in Families, Lesson 1, The Concept of Family. So our learning goals for this lesson will be to recognize the functions of different types of families and to recognize the importance of the family as a whole. What exactly is a family? All families are unique, and a family is whatever it means to you.
When you're 6, finding the fun is your entire job. Bedros Goulasarian has it covered. It helps that for him, everything now is new. His new Toronto street and the one he left behind in Aleppo, Syria. If the difference is jarring to you, imagine it for him. For all of them. The Goulasarians are a family of 5, officially living in Canada now for just 10 days.
Hi, and it's my family.
CBC first met them in December in Lebanon. Fleeing Syria had meant a life in the crushing limbo of Beirut.
We came here and we suffered a lot, and I want to go to Canada for my children.
There was a hint of hope. They knew of support in Canada. Did they know how much there really was?
The family we're sponsoring, they left Aleppo.
An entire junior school in Toronto, Dewson Street, was dedicated to sponsoring the Goulasarian family, raising the funds and along the way, learning the roots and realities of war. The program they started was then picked up by nearly 30 schools countrywide.
They don't deserve the trouble and pressure that's been going on, and it's just not fair. Like, it's not fair at all.
When word came that Canada's doors were definitely open for the Goulasarians, the Dewson kids and parents dug in. Finding and filling that home, making beds, stocking cupboards with Arabic spices, and cooking that first crucial meal, all to be ready for that first night in Canada not long ago. A lot to take in right away.
I am feeling so happy and so lucky to meet you all, and I thank for school and for everyone who helped us. It was an amazing job.
Yeah. The initial weeks full of other, sometimes uncomfortable firsts. Next time we catch up with them, they are where else? A bit awkward, this, the camera, the stairs. Bedros somehow ordering a coffee in the confusion. But within minutes of sitting down, people in the shop realized they were new and nervous arrivals. Started handing them their winning cups.
So here, have it. You can enjoy.
More coffee. More donuts. Lots of welcome home words.
This is the country. You can count on it. I am myself immigrant too, but honestly, I feel this country is safer than any country in the world. Yeah.
That there are kindnesses, big and little, at work here is far from lost on this family. But forgive them if there are worries. It's at night when they creep in.
That we will have a difficult life here, because we don't speak the language. We don't know the streets. We don't know anything here.
It could be a while before that gets better, but let there be no doubt how embraced they really are. This morning, that little school offered the biggest welcome it could muster.
It is a great pleasure for all of us to introduce to you the family we have just started to get to know.
Thank you for all from bottom of our heart.
Today we are here on behalf of Dewson School to welcome you to Toronto and Canada. Here are some gifts that represent Canada that we'd love to give to you. We realize that your new life in Canada will be a challenge. but know that you have 530 new friends at Doosan.
The assembly short, but they came with questions.
Was it your first time on an airplane?
Yeah, it's long travel.
How long?
13 hours.
Wow, that's long.
Connections starting already. And when, in Bedros' case, you are 6 and a bit of a smiling star, friends do come fast. It's the little things, making the big ones a whole lot easier. Adrian Arsenault, CBC News.
Definitions of the family vary across everybody. Families are enduring, not temporary. Some make a commitment to share their lives without legal papers, without getting married. Some are parents without even giving birth. Here is a quote stating different types of families. All definitions of families are different perspectives. So, anthropologists have concluded that families exist in all societies, and families are expected to take responsibilities for functions that are not the responsibility of the other group. All societies have similar expectations as this. How families perform these functions vary from place to place and from generation to generation. Every family is unique. There are many functions of the family. The first is a physical maintenance and care of family members, adding family members through procreation, adoption, fostering, even loving pets, socializing of children for adult roles, social control of children, and production, consumption, and distribution of goods and services, as well as nurturance and love. All families are expected to provide physical care for all family members. This includes providing necessities such as food, clothing, shelter, protection, as well as medical care. And providing emotional support becomes increasingly crucial. Family lifestyles vary depending on the family priorities and the income and resources available. Taking care of the home can be difficult as parents/guardians because they need to work outside of the home. And sometimes they pay somebody to do it, and there's nothing wrong with that. In the past, families would provide for their needs directly by producing their own goods and services, such as growing their own vegetables, sewing their own clothes, and making their own bread. Nowadays, families earn to purchase goods and services, and families work together to decide when and where to purchase goods and services from. Who will earn the money? This plays a vital role in the national economy as well. Whether we like it or not, the future of our society and economy depends on population growth. Children grow up to be consumers and workers who support the society's economy. And it is a major life goal to produce children, according to many, not everybody. Once families have children, they are expected to prepare them to leave the family physically, and then take on a meaningful role in adult society. Socialization, by definition, means teaching children the skills, values, and attitudes they need to be prepared for life. These skills vary from family to family, and families assist in shaping the child's personality as a whole. Families then pass on the culture of the family and the society. All families in all societies meet the basic needs of their members, and they differ in how those needs are met. Cultural backgrounds may stress buying or making certain foods, as well as clothes, such as the hijab, kippah, jeans, kilts, pizza, samosas, praying at a mosque, church, temple, or a synagogue, etc. So, once a child gets older, they get to decide what exactly is best for them. It is important to love, honor, and cherish your family. Many families meet the emotional needs of their members by providing unconditional love. This is because of who they are, not what they do. Usually, families are interested in each other's lives, and they maintain long-lasting relationships with each other. And they can also nurture their children's emotional development by sharing affection and companionship. However, this is not always the case, but this is the general stance. Some parents, however, as we mentioned, have problems of their own. They find it difficult to meet the emotional needs of their kids. Some teens will go to their parents if they do something stupid, but parents may yell first, but they know that they will be there for them. If your emotional needs cannot be met, always envision a good future with your future family. Family loyalty results from the unconditional love that many families provide. Young children, for example, usually do things to impress their parents, and when they do stupid things, they are afraid to disappoint their parents. But children in many cases do acquire traits from their parents and guardians, whether they like it or not. Until 18 years of age, parents are responsible for making decisions for their kids. In some cases, parents must pay for damage done by delinquent children. These are ways in which families are expected to control the behavior of family members, to maintain order within society, essentially. So there are variations in family forms, and the family form is determined by the number of adults, the nature of the relationship between the adults, and the number of generations. Many family forms include the nuclear family, the breadwinner family, the dual income family, blended families, lone parent families, extended families, and adoptive/foster families, which is what we're going to be looking at more in depth right now. The nuclear family is the common image of the family. This consists of two parents and one or more children living together. Children are siblings to one another, and this can be of biological offspring of their parents, adopted, or even fostered. The breadwinner family was more common in the 1950s. This is a single income earner, mostly being the father, and the mother was usually the stay-at-home mom. This still goes on today, but is slowly decreasing. One can be a homemaker and have an outside job at the same time. The dual income family is the most common situation in Canada. This is where both parents are employed. Blended families is when some nuclear families in Canada become blended families. These are also known as recombined families. They have parents who are divorced and they have now remarried, and they have formed a family which includes kids from one or both marriages. This can include step-parents and step-siblings and can be complex and challenging, but you can always work through these conflicts. Lone parent families consist of one parent and one or more children. This is when a parent was either never married, or when a partner or spouse dies, or even when parents separate or divorce. Child may not be part of two lone parent families if there is shared custody. Extended families consist of parents, children, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and other blood relations. Contact with these members varies, and they might live in the same country, but not always in the same home. Many may live long distances, and maintaining ties can provide you with a sense of your personal history, culture, and ancestry. Couples often consider themselves to be family. The members of a couple who are married are known as spouses. This is also referred to as a significant other. This is a notion of common law marriage versus legalized marriage. Adoptive and fostering families are between adoptive children and fostered children. So adoptive children are not biological, but the same parenting skills apply, and they may be of a different race than their family. And fostered children are of temporary care until they can return to their biological family due to extraneous circumstances. So most people live in 2 generations of a family over a lifetime. The family that you are born into is known as the family of origin. They are responsible for nurturing and socializing you, and will soon launch you into the adult world. But if you have your own children, the family you were born into and the family you have created can always differ. You are now the parent, not the child anymore. Families then grow and develop as they meet the challenges that they begin to experience. Each family cycle is unique. Some parents stay together, some divorce, some are single parents, and some people do not even have kids. And families with adolescents will often find that all members of the family are also facing developmental tasks, such as forming an identity or dealing with a personal issue. The importance of the family varies between everybody, but it is crucial to recognize it. The family was your first environment. Comparing experiences through life with the experiences with family can always uplift the importance. If these years were happy, you will want to continue the memories. And if you had an unhappy childhood, you may be concerned about the future and make changes. You must evaluate and make positive decisions. Family is an important asset as you set out your journey through life. There has seldom been a society that was not organized into family groups. Families do serve a clear purpose in society to carry out fundamental functions. I will now have you guys complete